Why?
Because basically, when somebody is constantly telling you do this, this, then you don't have to think anymore. It's not your decision. You feel that you're not being taken seriously. And therefore you can act irresponsibly, because if you're not giving your own responsibility, if you cannot take responsibility, you're a kid. So then behave as a kid. Don't take any responsibility. Just go against it. It's a strive for independence. Basically, I think probably your son is in puberty. No.
What in puberty?
Puberty is the age somewhere between 13 and 15, 16, where they become very difficult and they don't want to listen.
Is this puberty?
Yeah, that's puberty.
Yeah.
So I was suffering very bad from puberty. But basically it's a strive for becoming independent. So wanting to have your own responsibility, wanting to make your own decisions. Therefore, you go very much against everything that people tell you
own
to
decision. That actually he is currently his own decision. I need to study. I need to work. Okay, his mind is focused on work, but he has two he himself.
Right.
One is he's okay. I have responsibility. I take responsibility. I do work. Okay, I need to study.
Do you mind if I take this?
Yeah, it's this for you. And the other I is even if father said, but in another he don't want to study. But you yourself, okay, you to I, okay, I are talking with my son. I'm son, you father. You talking me. I understand. Okay, I make judgment. I'm try to order another I, but another I said, oh, your father says, but today I don't want to.
So, but my father says I don't want to do it. What my father says, I think that is a big thing. Why did you ever try?
No, wait a minute. I just telling, but you father, me, and another me. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. I used to take responsibility. Okay, I take responsibility. I decided that in my mind. Okay, I have the other eye. He is actually working. Okay, instead of me. I just communicate to you, but I myself, I don't own my brain. Okay, brain is different. Now is I accept my responsibility. My nerve order my brain to work, to study. But another I, he's reject. Today he don't want to work. Okay, my mind is I have two rational brain and emotional brain, and he just thinking, he just doing, he is like a kind of factory. I'm kind of sales office. Okay, I communicate with you and doing everything, wife and her father, everybody doing that, and also I have self-consciousness and I try to motivation. I try to do that and do so. But the other I is different. He is living in my head, but he is not easy to work. Okay, he is not easy to move. He always thinking about he want to watch TV. He want to go doing like sport, and he want to take a nap. And anyway, he don't like study, and of course he don't want to go to work. So the person the other side. So always I'm persuading him, but he many cases, if I try to give him some message for him, and this is a kind of enjoyable or kind of sort of thing that you are interested in, this case he just okay, I agree, this is really interesting. He's at that time he's working hard, very hard. Okay, 2 times, 3 times work hard. The other eye. So very good performance. But usually, many cases he does not do anything at all. So that reason normal people is they are going to work, but they're not so much willing to work because he himself, I by myself, I should work, I should study. Always I'm thinking that, but the other eye always he does not work. But some case. The other eye is very much interested in doing something like last week I told you Python. Oh, this is very interesting coding, and
right.
He just like the Python coding. Another eye, oh, she's fine to to find something interesting in it,
Right.
and he working 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, rather than normal work.
Right.
This case is kind of flaw.
But so that is basically when you find these things that really interest you. I mean, because it's a constant trade-off. I remember when I was maybe 8 years old, something like that, 8 years old, then I don't know, my mother all of a sudden thought it was a good idea that she started to help me with my homework or something like that. We had to study geography, like capitals of countries or something like that. Yeah, I still remember. I hated it, and we got into a very bad fight, and then she says, "Well," I said, well, "I don't want to do this," and then basically we concluded, okay, if you don't want to do this, then that means you have to do it yourself. That means that you take responsibility for your grades. If your grades go down, I'm going to do it again. But as long as you keep your grades up, I'm going to let you do it the way you want to do it. So if you want to sleep, sleep. If you want to play, play. As long as your grades are good, it's fine. But you take responsibility.
This is exactly the same word
But
my wife told him.
But this worked. This worked for me perfectly.
Yeah, worked, but just worked perfectly. The son is working very hard. Wife says like that.
Right.
Okay, you stop studying. You can go to work. You go somewhere,
go
but
play,
it's up to you. You know, don't need to worry about it. But he himself, I need to study. I need to work. Otherwise, I can't go higher position at university,
Right.
and otherwise I go to work for the as workers and single workers, simple workers. He does not kind of business he want to be assigned to. He is just going to university and he want to get more money. He himself, but in his mind, he is older, but he's in his mind. Another he don't want to work.
Right. He wants to play. He wants to enjoy because basically.
What happened for you? Didn't happen like that?
Oh, of course.
Mother told you. And you yourself accepted, and I need to work. But another you don't want to study.
Of course.
How do you think what I say? How do you think what I said?
So basically, and that still happens. I still, even though like when I went to university, the first 2 years I really didn't study. I really party, like everyday party, because I was living by myself and I was having a good time. And then all of a sudden I realized, like, oh geez, if I'm not going to study right now, I will it doesn't work. Oh, it worked.
Okay, go ahead.
If I'm not going to study right now, then I'm just going to flunk. That's just it. I have to leave university and I will never graduate. So finally, I got a wake up call, and I said, okay, I need to change my mind. But it was my decision. It was super late. I should have done that way earlier. It was very irresponsible, but it was my decision. And when you're an adult, then it's much better because you can study whatever you want, whatever interests you, what makes you tick.
Why did you study?
Why did I study? I think because I wanted to reach the finish line. But for me the finish line was too far.
What do you mean reach the finish line?
I wanted to graduate.
You mean
I was actually basically, I chose to study economics. It was not really my choice. I actually wanted to study something like physics or whatever, but I was not so good at physics. And based on advice from my teachers and my parents.
What is your motivational background?
Actually, I didn't have so much motivation.
But if so, you don't study.
Well, so that was the point. I didn't study.
You graduate university is
Right.
not so difficult, But
No, it is difficult in the Netherlands.
But some cases, no. I'm talking about some cases you devoting for play tennis and you forget 3 hours, right?
Right.
But not for study.